While the official unemployment rate is below 5%, the more accurate statistic of labor force participation rate shows that 95 million people are not in the workforce. This is situation critical as the economy simply cannot withstand itself on high stocks and quantitative easing. A strong middle class is absolutely essential, and that is clearly eroding. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we will look at the fact that the employment situation is a catastrophe. Let's begin showing you this right here. A record number of people are employed today. And that's something that the government will praise, the mainstream media will praise. But I will tell you specifically that this is something with an increasing population should be happening month over month, year over year, given a few blips along the way. Record number of people coming in, record number of employed. That's just the way this works, constantly making new highs. But what's interesting is the next statistic, a record of 95 million people not in the labor force. That, though, is a very big problem. You will never see that statistic mentioned in the mainstream media for obvious reasons. It highlights the true problem. They are only going to tell you that 152 million people are in the workforce. That's great. That's great news. But what about the fact that there are 95 million people not in the workforce? And what's interesting is when Obama took office, we're looking at 8 years ago. What exactly was the situation then? Well, there were 80 million people not in the labor force. And now there are 15 million more people today than when Obama took office not in the labor force. That shows you how bad things have become. The employment growth pushed the unemployment rate down from 4.9% to 4.6%. So they're even lying, bold-faced lying, saying that it's 4.6%, and they would suggest that anything lower than 5% would be considered full employment. Okay? So they're suggesting, lying to every single person, that there is full employment in the US today. Let's move on to this. Showing you the actual BLS statistics. I just want to show you in a graph format. This is over the past couple years, suggesting that there have been a continuous decline in unemployed people. Well, for those who don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but let's just look at it very closely. In my book, I show you these two charts, put them up on the same chart just to give you that comparison. And what we have is the U3 versus the U6. The U3 is generally the number that you will see out there. It's 4.6%. 4.6% of people are unemployed right now, according to the BLS. This chart is a little outdated, obviously, but just go with me for a moment. The U6 number includes underemployed people. Underemployed being if you would really want to have full-time work, but your employer will only give you part-time work, you're still employed, but you're underemployed. When you factor that in, the numbers basically double. So instead of that 4.6%, you would have a number closer to 10%. That's not a number they're going to show you, but if you search for the BLS U6, you will see this number, and they do report it, which is good. That they're still reporting that, unlike M3, which they say is too expensive to calculate, even though you can actually do that on your own. All the numbers are there. Simply a matter of adding them all up. Less than 1% variance there. Okay, what would I say about this is that we need to look at the proper numbers, whatever that might be, whether it's the garbage inflation numbers that they give us, whether it is unemployment or anything else. We need to understand that there are real numbers out there. Where do you get them? Well, even the BLS reports a more realistic unemployment rate. And you can get that by searching the BLS U6. Go to search engine and type that. You can also go to Shadow Stats. Shadow Stats has a lot of their own calculations using older methods, which are more accurate. So Shadow Stats has the inflation, the unemployment, everything else basically that you would want to see. And Shadow Stats will have that. And there are other sources out there, of course. And what I would leave you with is, don't necessarily be fooled by the prices of the stock market. Look, does it matter if Goldman Sachs stock was the reason that this has hit a new record high recently? Are you going to benefit from Goldman Sachs having their stock push up the stock market? I mean, it's ridiculous. We're looking for the strong middle class to be there. We need this. And unfortunately, that is absolutely not happening at this time. We can see it declining before our very eyes. The labor force participation rate is just one of those statistics. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. Last but not least, check out my book, The Money GPS. It's got diagrams, it's got charts, it's got everything to make this complicated subject very easy. You can flip through the book over at Amazon. They have a look inside feature, which will allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care. I just wanted to mention to you, everyone out there, thank you very much for all your support, not just in the recent days and weeks, but overall. I just truly appreciate that very much. The kind words, the thumbs up that I'm getting, the emails that I get. Just really thankful to all of those who support me, whether it's through the donations on Patreon or through PayPal or through Bitcoin or through just thanking me in general, any way you can. And I do appreciate that very much. Take care.